It is, yeah. That's I had it cranked
So
up yesterday. It was
it's showing up.
hey, we're
Hey,
live.
we're live.
I was just
Happy
telling
Friday the
Rich,
13th.
it is Friday the 13th. I was just telling Rich how much I was enjoying listening to Classic Guitar Rock Radio yesterday morning. It was spectacular. It was
Sometimes
good.
I love the way how it gets on these. It gets on rolls.
Yeah,
Like it'll play the best set list you've ever heard,
yeah,
and the best liners and the best
yeah.
IDs and everything. And then like
You
4
get
hours later, you
crappy
get
4 crap songs in a row. Yeah.
or just like you're like, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. And like,
Yeah, I hear you.
what song is this? I always say, what song is this? What's Jeremy thinking?
What kind of crap did Jeremy put in? What is this?
That's your era. The 60s is your era. That's not my era.
Yeah.
So when a 60s song comes on, I'm like, dude, what is this guy? Who is this?
I'm
Melvin
3
and the
years older than
Gypsies?
you. I'm 3 years older than you. You can't
I know.
say the 60s is my era.
Your era.
I was
Zero.
born in the 60s, so you're right.
You were.
You're
I
right.
am that. What do they call it? The decade. I'm the 70s decade born.
Yeah.
70s born. We still are the poster children for public safety announcements. We are 100%.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
That's cool. I'm gonna go try it. Okay. I'm gonna
Remember
try
the
that.
one where the kid finds a kid's pot stash in the drawer, and he's like, "What are you doing with that? Why do you have that? Where did you learn that?" "From you, Dad. I learned it from you." Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. And they're all like, "Ooh." It's like Ozzy and Harriet, or
yeah, it's like
Bill and
if
what is
you-
it? Ward.
If you smoke the reefer, you can't be surprised if your kids smoke the reefer.
I know, right? I mean,
So it's
come on, that
not
smell
rocket
is distinct, and you
Yeah.
can smell, especially when I go into Washington, your state,
dude.
it's just a blast of
Yeah,
good old Mary Jane in the warehouses right there.
it's crazy.
What's going on, Marlon?
And hi, Marlon. Thanks for being here. Oh, I wish I would have worn the Marlon shirt if I knew Marlon
I
was
know.
going to be
Hey,
on.
we got
Marlon.
so real quick. Let's put a plug out for our new show on Classic
yes.
Guitar Rock Radio.
Yes.
We have a new show that Jeremy actually acquired that we're going to be playing starting this Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then Sunday again the replay at 8 p.m. Pacific. But it's called The Rewind, and his name's Joe Shannon, and he just plays an hour's worth of classic rock. It's sometimes it's the year, sometimes it's just no holds barred. It's just kind of all over the place. We have a couple shows loaded already. I've heard them; they're very good. So come check it out this Saturday. Very good stuff. But he actually ordered a Marlin. Shirt.
Oh, nice!
He wanted the Marlin. I said, "What do you want? Do you want the dude? Do you want the Marlin, or do you want the regular classic guitar?" He's like, "Oh, I definitely need the Flying V." So Marlin, you're onto something there. Buddy.
I think the Marlin is my favorite shirt. I need
to make some more of those then.
I love the dude, but here's the deal. My son stole my Marlin shirt. So I might have to get another one. But anyways,
I got you. I got you covered. I'm gonna make some more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash out the screens, but I'm gonna keep the back. I'm gonna do the Marlin shirt, but I'm gonna keep the back of that one and put that on the Marlin shirt too. So
perfect.
I'll redo the screens and we'll get it done. But I agree with you. I need another dude shirt. My wife luckily has another size.
What if we did this? What if we did in the same style as the dude, but one that looked like Ozzy?
Ozzy?
Yeah, like an Ozzy,
cool.
like I don't know. I'm just thinking.
That'd be cool.
What might be
I was looking for original so we didn't get sued. But
I
got that one.
You're always better at thinking of stuff like that than I am, Rich.
But see, you got to think though, if we sell and make a lot of money, we're gonna get sued. But really, look at the parking lot shirt dudes. Those dudes didn't have no license.
No.
You know that. They were running around the parking lots selling those cheap shirts that the collar would be all like that.
Exactly.
Be all sideways. Hey, where'd you get that? I got it in the parking lot, dude.
Okay, so Rich, who happens to be wearing, show us your shirt, Rich, happens to be wearing his Invincible Shield.
This is Invincible Shield.
Judas Priest shirt. So I had one of those parking lot when you said the collar. That's totally what I had. Totally. I had the Judas Priest. It was Screaming for Vengeance tour. So it had the eagle, the screaming war chicken thing on the front, the Hellion.
Alien.
And then the collar was totally like this. And here's what's even worse. It was, remember the baseball jersey style with the 3/4 sleeves? Okay,
Oh yeah.
so it had that. And not only that, it had black stripes down the sleeves.
Really?
But the problem is the sleeves are like all twisted. So the stripes look like a candy cane or something.
Little zigzag.
Yeah,
You
that
got all
was-
zigzag. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
collar
that
was
was
the collar is like this big. You know, you're like,
yeah, totally.
hey, how you doing? It's like, what happened to your collar? Oh, it's a parking lot shirt,
Yeah.
man.
Don't buy your concert shirts in the parking lot, guys.
No, unless they have a sponsored booth out there, then
Well,
you're good to go.
and it's legit. Because when you actually buy the $50 shirt in the concert, they're usually pretty good quality. You're right.
Yeah, they are. Definitely.
So
Well, this pre-shirt's kind of janky. This is kind of the same situation I got going on here. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. Not like a parking lot shirt where you can look at it and go, well, you got that in the parking lot, didn't you? Or I got it down at old 995 Records and Tapes over there.
okay, so sorry, you knocked us into this tangent here, Rich. So
Uh-oh.
I went and bought a Diary of a Madman shirt at a record store. And, it didn't have the real tour shirts have the tour dates and stuff on the back.
Yes.
This didn't. It just had the Ozzy, from Diary of a Madman.
I remember that shirt.
White shirt with black, it's
I remember,
the jersey kind with the 3/4 sleeve.
Yep.
So of course, when Ozzy comes in June of '82, when I go to the old Boone Street Barn in Spokane, the Spokane Coliseum, I'm wearing this Ozzy shirt proudly. Look at me in my Ozzy shirt. Well, I get in line, and all of a sudden, there's like 3 official type dudes that surround me. And they're like, where'd you get that shirt? Because they're after parking lot dudes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Where'd you get that shirt? I said, I bought it at the record store 3 days ago. Are you sure? Well, yeah. And then they even said, oh, yeah, look, there's nothing on the back. I'm like, okay. So it's cool. But yeah.
Oh, you can always tell, though, they should have, those are rookies because, the concert jerseys were not white and black. They were gray and black. They were the gray with the black sleeves, or sometimes they were black with the white sleeves, but they were never white with the black sleeves. Those were the record store ones.
That's what I had.
Rookies.
Yep.
Yeah, the record store, and that's what I did. We had Duffy's Records and Tapes in Mira Mesa, San Diego.
You worked at a record store. I forgot.
I did. I worked at Warehouse Records and Tapes, but that wasn't it. My Duffy's was in our Mira Mesa Mall. It was little mom pa little shop, records and cassettes and t-shirts, and they sold all those shirts like back in the day where you go to the local record store and they have all the shirts laid out and they're all cheeseball, but you think they're the coolest thing ever. I bought a British Steel one and all it has was the razor blade, but it was the thickest, silveriest, glitteriest ink you've ever seen, and it was just shining bright, and it's like, and I was like, yeah, Judas Priest, and people are like, ew.
That's cool. I got a Judas Priest, a Screaming for Vengeance from Alibaba. It was like before Temu, there was Alibaba, and it was it was like $5, and it's not too bad. But anyway,
that's what you wore when you came over.
That's the one. That's the one I wore.
That looked like a parking lot shirt. I knew you got that somewhere.
It's totally. I don't know 100%. If you noticed. It was like a round logo, but it's kind of with the Hellion inside of it. It looks okay, but then it's like they printed it a little too low, so it's almost.
I noticed that.
I'm like,
it is cool. It's all good, man.
Hey, so let's just address this. Get it out of the way, because I'm always going to complain about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He must have missed our episode last week, Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon
we went deep into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He says Adam Carolla had Ted Nugent on, and they talked Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Adam was complaining about Joan Jett and asked Ted if UFO was in. I will go check that out. Now, I'm not anti-Joan Jett, and I know Ted got grief a couple years ago when Joan Jett was on the top 100 lists of great guitarists. Let me say that again. Joan Jett was on the list of top 100 guitarists. And Ted was like stunned because, of course, Ted's not even on the list. And I'm not necessarily saying Ted needs to be on the list, but absolutely in no universe should Joan Jett be anywhere near the top 100 guitarist list. That's ridiculous. And that's
No,
basically what Ted said. He wasn't he didn't say anything bad about her other than there's no way in hell she should be on the top 100 guitarists, which is completely accurate. And he got so much grief, and even Joan Jett got pissed at him. And
oh gosh,
so here's the thing.
Come on, if she thinks she's like the top 100 guitarist, there's something wrong, dude.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's something wrong. She is a punk rock guitarist.
Oh yeah,
always has been, always will be. She plays 4 or 5 chords in her songs,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But
don't
put her on the list of top 100 guitarists. It was Rolling Stone. It was Marlon asked if it was Rolling Stone. Yes, it was Rolling Stone. And the second point that Marlon made, what did Ted say about you? Because I think UFO should absolutely be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was kind of looking that up when you were like, hello.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
In Europe, they're pretty big. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
But even in the US, you talk to any guitarist from our generation, you talk to Kirk Hammett, you talk to even like Randy Rhoads would talked about UFO and what an influence they were, and Michael Schenker being
Tom Morello, our boy.
Tom Morello. Absolutely.
But he loves UFO. He Lights Out in London is like
UFO should absolutely be in there. I don't have a problem with Joan Jett being in the Rock and Roll Hall.
Yeah, not at all.
But Ted, he will never be in there because he's so outspoken politically.
Yep.
And the wrong call. Tom Morello can be in there. He's outspoken. He can be in there. Ted can't because it's the wrong kind of politics he's outspoken about. But having said that, in the 70s, those of us that remember the 70s, Ted Nugent was huge.
Huge. Cat Scratch Fever. I mean, come on. Yeah. I mean, Wang Bang, you know the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he was huge.
Yeah, and Marlon, that's my point. And Adam's right here. Adam said no way Joan Jett should be in before UFO, and Ted mentioned Styx, Triumph, and he's absolutely right.
I mean, this is like you say that every week.
Yeah,
Styx, what about Styx?
There's Styx.
What about
Kansas? Yeah, I'd forgotten about Triumph. Triumph should
Triumph definitely should be in. Is Cheap Trick in there? Yeah, Cheap Trick.
Yes, but you know what? Even that was okay. And I'm a huge Cheap Trick fan. Yeah, I love Cheap Trick. Yeah. Styx should have gone in before Cheap Trick. Yeah. I mean, just if you're based on album sales, Styx, guys, 79 and 80, 81, Paradise Theater, Cornerstone.
Mr. Roboto was huge.
Well, that sucked. But
it was big. It was big. You could say it
early 80s,
but it was big.
Especially around Paradise Theater. Styx was the biggest rock band there was.
Yeah.
And they aren't even in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I ain't fighting back with you on that.
See what you started, Marlon? Doggone
Marlon, you got him on a tangent. Thanks a lot, dude. We're going into the news. We got to go. It's 13. We got a hard stop at 10 tonight. Or 11, right?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the news, guys. Alice Cooper announced his autobiography, Devil on My Shoulder, due to be released on October 8th. And he's going on an 8-city book tour. So hopefully you can catch Alice Cooper's biography and his book tour. That'd be pretty cool. So he's writing a book. All right. Zakk Wylde, that dude's pulling double duty. He's touring with BLS, of course. His new album's about to drop. And then he's got Zach Sabbath opening up. So he opens up with Zach Sabbath, and then he does BLS. But he says that Zach Sabbath has taken on a new tone now that Ozzy passed away. He said he loves the crowd. The crowd just comes in chanting Ozzy immediately. They're all chanting Ozzy, Ozzy at every show. And he turned it into a celebration of life for the Prince of Darkness. So the whole first half of the show is Zach Sabbath and the celebration of Ozzy. Dude, we got to go see him. I got to go see him.
You know what? I've watched Zach Sabbath videos on YouTube. It's good. I mean, the music is spot on.
Spot on, right? Yeah.
And
he even sounds
and Zach like does a great job singing. It's good.
Yeah. I got to see it. So.
And he's singing while he's playing. And some of that stuff is not easy to play and sing at the same time, especially.
No, Zach Zach is my man. He's one of my favorite guitar players. Below Kirk Hammett, it's probably Zach Wild. I just love Zach Wild.
He's good. So I know I'm on a tangent, but I got to chime into what my friend Jerry says.
Go ahead.
By the way, Jerry was the lead vocalist of a famous group called Lupus Drool and Your Mother.
Lupus Drool. Wasn't that dude Jeremy and
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I remember him.
Jerry and I go.
Was it Marlon? Wasn't one of your other buddies in there too?
No, Marlon wasn't. I met Marlon through the Classic Guitar Rock Empire, but Jerry and I.
Not Marlon. What was the other guy? The other guy.
Will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Will.
Me, Jerry and Will. Yeah. So Jerry, and I don't want to disagree with Jerry, but I have to take umbrage with what he says. He says, talking about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you can't go by album sales. I think you have to consider album sales because it's the Hall of Fame, right?
Yep. Agreed.
So two things. It's rock and roll. Okay. It's got to be rock and roll. It's got to be some fame.
Something.
So I mean, I don't think album sales is the most important thing, but I think it is important. You know, that's why people scratch their heads at things like Nina Simone. Why the heck is Nina Simone in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
God, I don't know. Why are they doing the Wu-Tang Clan? I mean, come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, but bottom line, I agree with you because fame is by being popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get popular. The only way you can tell you're popular is it's not because records, you're selling records. How many shows you're playing. How long you're on the road, how many people you meet, it's just popularity, how many Facebook feeds you're on, whatever.
And I want someone to make the case for me why Ted Nugent should not, without politics aside. I get it if you disagree with his politics. I get that. But I want someone to make the case for me why Ted Nugent and Styx are not in the rock and roll, because they definitely have the album sales. They're definitely rock and roll.
Yep.
What's the holdup? Why aren't they in there? That's just ridiculous.
Well, Jerry's saying
and you're right. They didn't have big album sales in the US. Yeah. They probably had sold more albums than a lot of folks that are in there. So again, they're very influential,
I like UFO. I like UFO.
I love them.
I love them. I think, I agree with everything you're saying, man.
Gary's now in a band. If you're in Ohio, if you ever get a chance to see Extra Crispy, Jerry he's the lead singer. And Jerry, here's what's funny. I'm talking about you now, Jerry. Jerry was our drummer, really good singer. And to be honest, he wrote all the lyrics. I would say Jerry, Jerry probably the most talented guy in our band, but now he plays bass. So he's thrown all that away to be a bass player, which that's
Jerry.
That's it.
I just wonder, because that's what I did with my band. I was the guitar player, and then we had no bass player. My friend knew how to play guitar, kind of.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just jump on bass real quick, and I'll just start playing the bass.
Yeah.
And I played the bass, and then it stuck, and then I played bass and sang. So, but anyway, I wonder if Jerry did the same kind of thing.
Well, I think he probably started playing bass because it's easier to sing playing bass than drums. I'm guessing.
That's for sure.
I don't know
that, or the guitar even sometimes.
Well, and here's the thing: if you're the singer, you kind of got to be out front. I mean, you kind of got to be out front. It's hard to kind of front a band when you're sitting behind the drums.
I mean, you're watching Night Ranger. Were we talking Night Ranger there?
Yeah,
where half the songs are sang by the drummer.
Oh, look at what Jerry says.
And
most talented and most humble. Yeah, no, I don't think that's true.
God bless you, Jerry. Most humble. Good job.
Yeah. All right. I sidetracked us again, so more news.
Hey. Oh, no worry. Dee Snider is in the news. Jokingly, guys, don't get mad. Don't get mad at Dee Snider, although he is a jerk sometimes. But he's jokingly playing Bruce Dickinson for his abandoned comeback tour with Twisted Sister. He said that from a conversation with Iron Maiden's frontman, he took too much inspiration with him and prompted him to try to stage a comeback with Twisted Sister. So I guess he's talking to Bruce Dickinson. They're probably drinking a few drinks in the back. Yeah, man, you should go. You should come back. He still
Yeah.
got it, D. D's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come
I'll do
back
it,
and
I'll
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do my thing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, what did I just, waking up the next morning? He probably went on Twitter, announced it, called all his boys and Twisted Sister. Yeah, dude, we're going on the road. And then he's like, okay, because you saw it coming.
Yeah.
Because he got on, it was like, look, guys, I got a lot of practicing to do because I can only do 2 songs before I'm wiped out. That's why he was opening for Lita Ford, doing his 3 songs. We're not going to take it. I want to rock and stay hungry. Who knows what he's going to play? But anywho,
You can't
he
stop
was blaming
rocking.
Bruce Dickinson.
So that reminds me one of my favorite stories. Remember back in about 83, I think it was 83 or 84, after Dio left Sabbath, Sabbath puts out the album with Ian Gillan on lead vocals, Born Again.
And I was going down the track about 105 and I was burning.
So the story famously is Ian and Tony Iommi, who were friends, a night of drinking. Alcohol is bad, people. You make bad decisions. A night of drinking, they get together, and the next morning, Ian gets a call from his manager and says, okay, so apparently you joined Black Sabbath last night and you're now their lead singer. And Ian Gillan's like, I didn't even remember that conversation. But then all of a sudden he's the singer in Black Sabbath. They did one tour and it's great. I love Ian Gillan. I love Black Sabbath. Not a good fit. I'm not a fan of the album personally, but anyway.
No, that was one song only. And it was played out. And then it was like, So did you want to address this one?
Well, we might as well. Is Bruce Dickinson irreplaceable to the band? Nothing sticks out about him, a bass player to the band. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Bruce. What are you trying to say, Bruce?
A bass.
Is he irreplaceable? Yes, because they did it to replace him. I don't think.
I think maybe he's talking about, the leader of Iron Maiden is actually Steve Harris, who is the bass player. He writes everything.
Right.
And it was his band.
Yep.
Remember they did replace Bruce for a couple albums with Blaze.
And they have like 3 good songs because they still played them with Bruce Dickinson on tour. The Sign of the Cross and the other ones I was telling you about, Fear, whatever.
Bruce is now, I don't know. It's to the point now, if you didn't have Bruce there, it wouldn't be Iron Maiden.
No, that's why I got out of them, because Bruce left and this new guy's singing. I'm like, man, I don't know. So same thing with Motley Crue. That's what really turned me off of Motley Crue, when the new guy came in, and I was like, oh, and then, but we all knew that whole band tanked. And never came back. Really.
And that guy they brought in was actually way better than Vince. Way better. But
it was
Vince. It was different.
It was their story. It was their story of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. He was part of that story. The 80s glam, he was the pinnacle and the leader of it. Him and Nikki Sixx and all those guys. I mean, they were the best of the worst. You know what I'm saying? Best of the worst. But all right, so let's get back to here. We're gonna run out of time like we always do. Steve Vai and Travis Barker teaming up with Jay Balvin and Amber Mark they teamed up and did a Jump remix at the FIFA World Cup. Did you hear it yet?
I did not hear it.
Okay, so it's whack and it's all over the place.
Wow.
But it's all right. It's pretty good. It's kind of, he does it totally different than everything. Oh. But yeah, it sounded really good. Sounded really good. So check it out. Steve Vai's version of Jump. It's on all your YouTubes and all that stuff.
Okay.
The Who's going to celebrate one of their most intriguing modern era shows live at the Eden Project. So Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey were backed up by the Heart of England Philharmonic Orchestra in July of 2023. It's set to come out May 29th and has all their good songs on it. So they're coming out with a live album that they did in 2023 and with the Philharmonic, and they're going to release that. So that should be interesting.
So I have somewhere in my possession, Rich. Remember, I don't know if they still do it, but 7-Eleven would sell these like collector fountain drink cups.
Yeah.
Yep. I have somewhere the 1988 Who Farewell Tour collector cup.
No way.
That was in 1988.
88.
And here it is 2026 and they still haven't gone away.
They still haven't gone away. So that's That's a misprinted collector's mug right there.
Yes,
That's gonna be
yes.
worth some money.
Well,
I
but
have
it
those
was-
mugs too.
It was called the Farewell Tour. It was the
Yeah.
And you know who opened for him on that tour? Stevie Ray Vaughan was the
Wow.
opening band. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I remember that. Yes, I do. I read that somewhere. So yeah, because somebody was complaining about the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the Who. They've had a final reunion or final show or final tour for
Like
the last
20
20
times.
years.
Totally.
Every time they go on tour, it's their final tour, and they were laughing at it. So anywho, they're coming out with a new album, the live album for 2023. So all right, so okay, another biopic's coming out.
Okay.
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi got picked up by Universal Pictures to do a biopic. So they're doing a biopic. I'll watch that. I mean, I like biopics. I like watching them. I like, especially the ones that are really good. I don't know about Bon Jovi with his little attitude, his little funky attitude. But, we'll see what's up. Mr.
Does he have a funky attitude? I thought Richie.
Yeah,
Sambora
he's
had-
holier than thou. He's got a holier than thou attitude.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he does. He just thinks he's me, I. Bon Jovi. I just don't dig that attitude. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing bad against him. It's just I just don't dig it.
Well,
So Metallica.
I'll have to watch that to see if I sense that same vibe.
Yeah.
So
Well, all you got to do is watch that documentary that's on Amazon or Netflix or something. He has a new documentary out, and you could really see it there. Where me and the wife turned it off. We're like, oh man, he's just kind of conceited. I'm just not down. I'm just not down with that. So, so everybody out there has been hearing about this ticket corruption sales going on. Just with Ticketmaster and Live Nation, jacking up the prices. It was just on the news today that Ticketmaster and Live Nation employees were going back and forth with each other, talking smack about.
I saw that headline.
You saw that, yes.
Fun of
and they were making fun of us,
stuff.
the people buying tickets. That, oh man, I kind of feel bad for them, but I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, just horrible stuff. But Metallica said they are aware of what happens because the Sphere residency went on sale, and there were tickets. So they were only $300 from Metallica. Metallica said, make them 300, whatever. No, they jacked them up to 1,000, and then there was 1,000-hour wait, a 1,000-hour wait in line, just like the Taylor Swift situation. So people weren't getting their tickets. Fans had a struggle with the concert tickets, but basically, Metallica said they're working with their partners to improve the experience. All the shows are sold out, of course, and people were all mad because there was 1,000 people in queue waiting to get their tickets, and then all the shows sold out while they were still in queue. So they're just hosed. So yeah, they got to figure something out because this is kind of becoming a new trend with ticket sales, and the prices are ridiculous, man.
Well, here's the problem, and of course, you can't get everyone on the same page. But imagine if and I'll pick on Bruce Springsteen just because he's been in the news for $5,000 concert tickets.
Yeah.
If everyone just said no,
I know.
Guess what? Prices would go down. I mean, it's as simple as that. You
don't know how hard it is for me to say no. I've said no though to this Metallica Sphere.
Yeah.
I'm not going. Like back in the day, like I went to S&M 2 in San Francisco. I flew down there with my wife and we stayed in a hotel and saw them. I mean, we got tickets and it was awesome. It was amazing. But I wanted to do that again with the Sphere. But with the ticket prices and all this crap going on, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I said no, but that's very tough to do.
Yeah.
So people like to get on social media and give their ranting and raving and blah, 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 but they still wait in line to get tickets.
And that's the thing. We all complain about it, but as long as those shows keep selling out, why would
concert promoters are going to do it?
Master do anything different?
Yeah, they need to go back to the old school.
Yeah,
and you go to the arena and stand in line
and buy your ticket there
overnight. Stay overnight. I know we've all done that before.
Yeah,
we stay overnight to get your tickets to go see. Like Dazed and Confused. They're going to get Aerosmith tickets at the end of the show. Remember?
Yeah,
they're going to the stadium right at 5 a.m. to go stand in line to get their Aerosmith ticket. That's what we used to do, man. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you call in, and then you have to use your credit card on the old rotary phone. You know. And, okay, and and they'd send you the tickets in an envelope.
That was good old days. We used to have
good old days.
And Jerry would remember this. If you were going to a show like in Oklahoma City, we lived in Lawton, Southwest Oklahoma. You'd go to the McMahon Auditorium, some little old lady would sell you tickets at the little window at the thing there. Look at that.
These are the shows that were canceled during COVID, guys.
Oh, wow.
These
Wow.
are all my COVID canceled tickets. What do we
Mm.
got here? We got some, oh, that's Joe Coy. Sorry. And that's Def Leppard. So I got to Journey, row 10. Yep, Journey.
Nice.
Didn't see that. What other ones did I have? Oh, Megadeth. Man, I was mad. And Lamb of God. Megadeth and Lamb of God.
You missed all those. So all those got canceled.
These were all COVID. Yeah. And then I missed who else was there? Who else we got? Def Leppard. No, that's Def Leppard. We saw Def Leppard. Joe Coy. I saw Joe Coy. I had others that were missed too. I missed a lot because of COVID.
Okay, I have to
everything
bring
counted.
this comment over here from Marlon, who says he's not a Steve Vai fan, and I want to just talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
I tried to be a Steve Vai. First off, I like Steve Vai the person. I always, if I see a Steve Vai video or interview, I totally stop and watch it. I think he's really smart. I like watching him. I think he's cool. Not into his music. I like Satriani a lot more than
Me too.
Vai. But yeah, so
Me
I'm
too.
not a huge fan of Vai's music. I like Satriani for the same reason I like Michael Schenker. Is he's just he's a flashy guitarist when he needs to be, but very melodic and very, everything. Steve Vai is just a weird guitar. He just plays weird
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm with you. I'm not a huge fan of his either.
Yeah.
But I liked him in David Lee Roth. I liked him.
That worked.
I liked him in that movie Crossroads. Did you ever see that?
Oh
With
yeah.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
And he was the devil's guitar player. That was a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But
And
I liked
you
him
know
in
what?
that.
He in that movie, so there was Arlen Roth was there
Mhm. Yep.
as played a lot of the blues stuff, because obviously
Yes.
Ralph Macchio didn't know how to play guitar.
No.
He didn't play anything.
No.
So
No.
Arlen Roth played a lot of it, but in the actual competition where they, where they're cutting heads at the end,
Yep.
I think Steve Vai actually played both parts.
Oh, okay.
He was doing
That
his
would make
part.
sense,
He actually
'cause they
played.
did a classical
But,
piece.
but I think he
goes back to
also was what they recorded him doing some of Ralph's parts too.
Yeah,
So
but
very
he
talented
did the
guy.
classical. They were
Yeah.
doing the classical piece to beat him, and then Steve Vai is pretending like he's messing up. He's like,
Yeah.
come on, dude,
Yeah.
you can play this in your sleep, man. You
Totally.
could bust out eruption as soon as you wake up. Oh, it was Steve Vai, man. Come on. All right, back to the news. Cyndi Lauper. So Cyndi Lauper is backing the Black Crowes to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. I guess they're good friends. I guess they're good friends, and I can get behind that. I can get behind Black Crowes.
Yeah,
I
think
like
so.
I like a few of their
I
songs. I'm not a
wouldn't-
huge fan, but
Yeah, I wouldn't oppose that.
okay.
They're rock and roll. Yeah.
Let's get into some controversy. All right.
Oh no.
Go-Go's. The Go-Go's. All right. Beauty and the Beat from 1982
Okay.
was ranked among the greatest albums of all time. AOL.com. What do you think about that? We got the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of all time, we're
Uh,
talking about.
Yeah. I don't.
All
I
time.
So it's in one of the
AOL.com.
100 greatest.
Yeah,
albums?
no, the greatest. The great among it ranked among. I don't know. They didn't put a number on it. Among the greatest
Yeah.
albums of
I
all
mean,
time.
I don't think so. I mean, and
I
you know what?
don't either.
I like the Go-Go's. I purchased the Go-Go's greatest hits. I bought the
Everyone bought Vacation when it came
Uh,
out.
um, so yeah, I'm not anti Go-Go's, but yeah, I wouldn't have that. I don't.
Best
it's
of all
not a
time. No,
great album
no.
stuff. No.
Agree. I mean, Go-Go's were cool. That first, they did blow up. I remember every station played. We got the beat.
We got the beat. Our lips are sealed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Our Lips Are- oh my gosh.
Follow up
yeah, of
album
course.
was the one with Vacation and
Yeah, Vacation.
Head Over Heels. Yeah, there was a bunch of
Oh yeah, Head Over Heels. Yeah,
Head
that's.
Over Heels. I'm
Where
gonna
should
say,
I go?
I
Can't
like-
stop myself.
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah,
And then of
great.
course, Belinda Carlisle lost about 50 pounds and she became
I know.
a solo
I
phenomenon.
know. Yeah, and she had that Heaven is a place on
mad
earth. Yeah,
about you.
mad about
I'm
yeah,
mad
yeah, yeah.
And then, ooh, baby.
All right, man. All right, man.
Okay,
Let's
you're
make
just gonna
classic
go
rock.
call the Belinda Carlisle. Oh, there was one more. Circle in the sand. Remember that? one?
Oh my! No, that was the Bengals, wasn't it?
No, that's
Is
Belinda.
that Belinda
Carlisle.
Carlisle? Oh, my bad.
Circle
My
in the
bad. Dog.
sand. Da,
That
da.
I always thought that was the Bengals.
Marlon says, and you know what? I will agree with you. Susanna Hoffs is better than Belinda Carlisle. I agree. She's the one in the Bengals. Yeah.
Okay, see, that's what I was saying. I mean, that sounded like her, but yeah, I love the Bengals.
Yeah.
For some reason, their first
So
album, that album was great.
before they hit big, they had the album with Manic Monday and Walk Like an Egyptian and all that. But before that, remember they had that video called "The Hero Takes a Fall." I don't know if you remember that. It's just a great tune. That was awesome.
I might have.
Yeah. No, they had some good stuff.
Because we were really into music back then, and that's something we're going to get into here in a minute. So this is the last thing before we start going on to different things and all that stuff. But Van Halen, Ultimate Classic Rock, are my main source of news. Released an opinionated list that Van Halen's #1 song, "Why Can't This Be Love," as the song with the worst lyrics in classic rock history.
No, that's just stupid. I mean,
so I printed out I've thought about the lyrics. I'm like, okay, let me read these lyrics. The only lyric they have a problem with is "Only time will tell if we'll stand the test of time."
No,
they thought that was the stupidest thing ever.
So this is the problem with these guys.
All right.
At Ultimate Classic Rock, they're idiots. Okay, because that's the whole. When you're a songwriter, you look for those little turns. That's the best line in the song. Only time will tell if we stand the test of time. That's the whole point. And they miss that. So clearly they're butt plugs. Okay. It's dumb.
Yeah. I'm with you. I love the song. Yeah. I don't see any problems with it. That was okay. I looked at it and I said, okay, only time will tell if we stand the test of time. I mean,
that's the best line in the song. That's the best.
Right. It's not bad. I mean, it was weird for when I first heard the song, because we're used to running with the devil and all these killer songs. All of a sudden they're talking about "Why Can't This Be Love?"
Here's the thing. There's a cool Rogan interview with David Lee Roth and this is kind of to this point, Bruce, I'm putting Bruce's comment out there because this is
I saw that. Yeah.
Here's the point. That interview where Roth is on with Rogan and Dave, he didn't badmouth Sam, at least not in this interview. But what he says is, no. He says, when Sam came in, it was, "Why can't this be love? Love comes walking in." Mm-hmm. Love. It was all about love. Love.
Yeah, it was about love.
Then Dave said, when I was in the band, it was, "Ain't talking about love." He said it was just a whole.
Yeah. That's a good view. Yeah, I never caught that. Wow. Yeah, you're right. One was just the pure.
To me, they had more #1 albums with Sammy Hagar. I mean, you can make the case that they were more successful with Sam, and I won't get into the argument with which group is better. It's like two different bands. It's AC/DC with Bon and AC/DC with Brian. They're both
100% right.
I love them both, and that's the way I am with Van Halen. So
I totally agree with you. So I'm right there with you, bro. Right there with you, 100%. All right, 3 classic rocks. Oh no, we talked about this. Let's talk about Gen X. So we talked about this last week, and I wrote it down just because we talked about it. But it says no one will quite have as great a music experience as those who grew up in Gen X. Gen X was an era where genres weren't necessarily as prevalent. Music was more lumped together as a collective experience, and MTV came about giving us the virtual introduction to a wide variety of acts across multiple spectrums that all coexisted. I totally agree with it. That's what we were talking about. Remember, it was just everyone knew all types of music. When the Bangles came out, when Talking Heads, Stray Cats, whatever, we knew it all. Even though I was a metalhead, I knew it all.
Funny, just last night, Rich, I happened to one of the YouTube channels I follow, it's I don't remember the channel, but all it does is play Casey Kasem's American Top 40. So last night I pop in to listen to it just came up, so I listened to it. August 18th, 1984. Okay. So this is literally a week before I started my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And it was just so funny because like the #1 song, they always start Casey Kasem's show starts with playing the #1 song from the previous week.
Yep.
So the #1 song the previous week was Ghostbusters. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Think about that. Yep. And then making the debut at number 40 was Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it.
Wow.
Let's see the other. I didn't listen to the whole show. The other top 3 from the previous week. One was State of Shock by the Jacksons. And so to your point, we had Twisted Sister, we had the Jacksons, we had Ghostbusters. Yeah, it was
all lumped
we
together.
all listened to all of it. Yeah.
And we did. We listened to it, we knew it, and then we were more prepared to fight the fight, if you understand what I'm saying. So I fought a lot of fights with the waivers, with the rockers, with the whatever the kid, the punks.
Right.
I mean,
we'd
go, you would defend your music, and like, and then it got to the point where it's like Poison, glam rock, and thrash came out. That's when the war within the genres started happening,
But what's funny, and we've said this before, like for instance, I mean, hard I was hard rock. I like I like Priest and Iron Maiden and all of that.
Yep.
But when I'm in the radio and I hear Borderline by Madonna come on, I'm like, yeah, this is a jam, or I hear Duran Duran, because a lot of it's generational. You would never admit in high school that you liked, Her Name Is Rio, right? But when it comes on the radio, you're like,
nowadays it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're past that. Man, my wife listened to 80s on 8 on Sirius XM, and she plays it all day long. It's always playing in our house. So you're walking through and you're like walking into a retro bar, you're like, we got it cranking all day long. But I mean, the Reflex comes on, dude, I'll stop and dance. Maybe I love that song.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. Look at what Marlon
man
says.
card violation.
So
Marlon with his man kit card.
When you get as old as we are, we don't even care, Marlon.
I know. I really don't. I know what I listen to. I know if I, okay, here's what it comes down to. If I was in my truck and I'm in my truck and I'm driving, would I pop on 80s at 8 or Ozzy's Boneyard? Ozzy's Boneyard stays up. It just does. It just does. Or classic guitar rock radio, of course. Listen to that all the time. Yeah. But do I have a preference? I do. But I'm just saying that if something comes on the radio and I know it, I'm going to jam out to it.
Yeah, no, and I'm the same way.
Comes back memories, man. The Reflex video, when that wave comes out of that screen, I'll always remember that. That is a mark in my thing, because I love that whole situation. Again, that's the MTV, the visual introduction to music. That was what really our generation
is lonely.
All right, let's do major tour announcements in memoriam, and then we'll do Stump the Chump. Sound good?
I'm ready.
All right, so tour announcements. Stray Cats. So they had to cancel because of Brian Setzer's ongoing health issues, but they're coming back July and summer. So the Stray Cats are going on tour. Sweet. I wouldn't mind checking those guys out. I like the Stray Cats. Kansas added a new round of tour dates for spring and summer of 2026, and they're sharing the bill with 38 Special, and they're going to swap headliners every night.
You know what? I'd go see that show in a heartbeat. And I know there's only like one original member in Kansas, whatever.
Yeah, but
same with 38 Special, probably. No, I think there's 2 originals in 38 Special. I'd go see it because it's probably not going to cost too much. I don't know. And that's
they were when they came to the Spokane Live. Remember, we looked, it was 200 or 300 bucks a ticket. We're like, whoa, that's kind of.
I'd pay $60 to see them.
I'd pay 100. I'd pay 100.
I'd probably go.
I'd pay 100. That's normal for these days. But guess who else is coming? Sabaton, their new album. They're going on tour for their new album. I want to see them live. I want to see them headline. I want to see them headline.
Go see them.
If they come. Yep. And then the Mighty Sting is coming. He's going to be on tour from November, 5 November.
And that's going to be expensive, I'm sure, to see Sting.
Yep. Yeah. Sting's going to be one of those. So, all right. In memoriam, you heard about the Boston singer?
Yes. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Tommy DeCarlo.
Tommy DeCarlo.
Due to brain cancer. Yeah. And he replaced Brad Delp in 2008. Yeah. So
probably everyone here knows Tommy's story. Tommy was a manager at a Home Depot, and he was a huge Boston fan. He plays a little keyboard, so he'd kind of play around solo stuff, and he'd sing Boston songs. Well, he just posted on his own little, I can't remember where he posted it somewhere. A recording of him singing a Boston song. I think it was A Man I'll Never Be. Okay. And Somehow Tom Schultz heard this and called the guy and said, "Hey,
Really?
we're putting together a tribute show for Brad. This is right after Brad died.
Wow.
Would you come out and play?" And he's like, "Wow, this is Tom Schultz."
Me?
It's called me, Home Depot credit manager, me. And so he goes out, he plays this tribute show, and I guess he did a few songs with him. And basically they wind up offering a job. So he quits Home Depot to go be in Boston.
Sorry.
And he did that for a number of years.
That's crazy. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And that dude must have been really good to get the attention of Boston. I mean, because that's an original voice that you can't really.
He did a respectable job. Yeah, he did a great job.
That's really.
And he was only 60. He was only 60.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm telling you, man. I always feel like I'm living on borrowed time. Yeah. Man, I'm 56. I'm like, man. I see all these people passing away at 45 and 50, and I'm like, dang, am I on borrowed time?
It's ridiculous.
I know I take care of myself, but dang, I mean, still,
you
just never know.
So Rich,
yo,
this is awkward. I gotta run and take a pee.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So you keep going.
All right.
How about?
Well, okay. I'll go ahead.
You get us ready.
I'll talk to everybody. Hey, everybody. All right. Well, I got something to preach to you guys anyway. I won't preach it, but hey, another in memoriam was Country Joe McDonald, right? So singer and activist who fronted the 60s psychedelic rock group. And I'd never heard of these guys. Maybe you guys have. I don't know. But Country Joe and the Fish died at the age of 84 due to complications from Parkinson's disease. So Country Joe McDonald, we give you props. Good luck. And I hope the band's doing great. But hey, also 3 classic songs that became hits entirely by accident. See what you guys think about this. So Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Now this became hits by accident. Sounds kind of like a hit to me anyway. Here Comes the Sun. Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple by accident. I don't know. That's an iconic riff, right? Yeah. Woodstock. Marlon, were they at Woodstock? Country Joe McDonald? Maybe they were. I don't know. And the third song, Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac. Now I can see that one being an accidental hit, but Smoke on the Water, no way. There's no way. And same thing with Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. I just didn't think. Okay. All right, Marlon. Thanks, man. I had never heard of this guy. I just know that he made big news. So, yeah, that's crazy. 60s psychedelic rock group. All right. Well, we're about to go into Stump the Chump, but we're going to be doing something after Stump the Chump too. Oh, yeah. But we're gonna be going over 17 things that scared the heck out of us in the 80s. Hey, you good?
I'm good. Hey, when you get to be my age, when you got to go, you got to
go. Yeah, you don't want to wet your pants, or you can put on a diaper.
That's
right. You can put on.
Maybe I'll put on your pull-ups. I'll put on my Depends. Before we do a show.
Dude, what an invention! What an invention! Except you're not going to make any friends. I mean,
no.
Makes you think, dude, you smell like crap.
Yeah. So here's the deal.
I don't know why.
So my dad.
We're just talking about Country Joe McDonald. He was in Woodstock, I guess. Country Joe McDonald died from Country Joe and the Fish. I had never heard of them. So
they had a famous cheer. They call it they had the crowd cheer out F-U-C-K. That was the famous Country Joe McDonald.
Really?
Cheer. Yeah.
Now I had never heard of him, so I figured it figures. You see, that's one of the songs that would play on CGR radio. Country Joe McDonald and the Fish singing something. I'm like, what's Jeremy thinking? Country Joe McDonald and the Fish.
Yeah, I don't.
Right. Anyway, hey, it's time for Stump the Chump, man. I told everybody do Stump the Chump. I have a few of them. We have the 1970 and 1967 rock celebrities that were born in our years of birth. We also have classic rock, 17 things that scared the heck out of us in the 80s.
Oh, nice.
We still got a few things, but we only got 10 minutes, so
okay,
it's time for Stump the Chump. Let me see if I got the X going.
I've been to the bathroom, so I'm okay. We're ready.
All right.
You won't need to play that. You won't need to be playing.
I don't know. I think I'm going to get you to this week.
Okay. All right.
I did something a little different. I said I need some intermediate ones.
You made it a little tougher. Yes. Okay. Let's
little tougher. We'll see. You'll get most of these though. Sorry. All right. Which 1985 Van Halen song was their first major hit with Sammy Hagar on vocals?
Why can't this be love?
We just talked about it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Number 2. What 1985 Dio track from Sacred Heart features the fantasy theme lyric, "Whenever you dream, you're holding the key"? What is it?
That's from 85. That's from Sacred Heart. So
Yeah. The tough one.
I'm drawing a blank. As soon as you tell me the name, I'm going to go, oh, yeah, duh. Go ahead, tell me. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
That's Sacred Heart.
Oh, the song
They said Rock and Roll Children. It is not Rock and Roll Children. It is
Ah,
Sacred Heart.
interesting.
Open the door.
Now, if you would have
let
asked me
us
something
in.
from Last in Line,
Find
I would have
Sacred
known.
Heart.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know
So,
that.
wait, I get
Oh,
to use it.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt,
Stump
that
the chump.
hurt my heart.
That
Yeah.
I know it hurts your heart because I never stumped the chump. All right. What 1985 Scorpions single became one of their biggest US hits and featured the lyric "Time"?
Baby,
is time.
time to
What
bring
is it?
back my love again. Still Loving You.
You got
That's
it.
a great
You
song,
got
by
it.
the way. Great
It
song.
sure is.
Yeah.
All right. What 1985 Foreigner song became a massive power ballad hit and featured a gospel choir in the chorus?
I want to know what love is.
Of course it is.
I'll sing all the answers just because people.
Okay. Yeah, I
people
was
when I
having
sing.
fun singing. And that's, on that one deal one that you missed, I'm gonna erase that because they gave me Rock and Roll Children as the answer.
And
That
that's
is not Rock and Roll Children. That's Sacred Heart.
I wouldn't have,
Whenever you
I wouldn't have
dream,
known.
you're holding the key. It opens the door to let us be free. Dang, you'll find the Sacred Heart. Damn it. Somewhere bleeding in the night. Okay. Anyway, which 1985 Heart song marked their comeback and includes the line?
What about love?
I didn't even
only
have to
wanna
say the
share
line.
it with you. Yeah, I knew that was the lead off. Dude, that album, it's just called Heart.
I got it.
That album had songs on the charts for like 2 years. It was a huge album.
It was huge, man. I found that at a flea market in Olympia, Washington.
Yeah.
I found the Heart album. I bought the LP and I still have it. Yeah. It was
What
huge.
about love? Nothing at all. Dreams. These dreams. I guess it's
These
called These
Dreams. Yep.
Dreams.
These dreams.
Never. I
Mhm.
think Never was on that.
Whoa.
Never.
Anything you want, we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that album, dude. I bought it. Yeah. I went and saw him. I saw him live.
Really?
Yeah, when they came on that tour. Yep. Sure did. San Diego Sports Arena. Show did. All right. You got that one. Number 6. What 1985 Bryan Adams track from Reckless became one of the decade's biggest rock singles and opens up with the lyric, "I got my first real 6-string."
It's summer of '69. Yeah.
Of course, I shouldn't even have said that.
Yeah.
Come on. I
Yep.
got my first real
Well,
6-string.
Until you said that, I was going to say Run to You because that was a massive song.
See,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop singing.
Yeah.
I'm done. All right. This one has a lyric in it too. I may as well read it. Which 1985 Tears for Fears song?
Shout.
Glenn-
Is it shout?
No.
Oh, hang on. Then it's going to be everybody wants to rule it. Oh, or then it's going to be
No, you were right.
I wanted
Everybody wants
to
to rule
be
the world.
with you tonight.
You were right, but you were wrong at first. You just came out and said shout.
I
That's
know.
2 you missed, Junior.
Well, I would have known. I just got
I
excited.
know you would have because it said represented the line nothing ever lasts forever.
Yeah.
Nothing ever lasts forever. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
No,
right. You'll get this one, though. What 1985 NXS song from Listen Like Thieves helped push them towards the global rock stardom?
Is it what you need? Is it what you
Is it what
need?
you need?
Bam, bam, bam.
All right. Which you're gonna get this one? 1985 Dire Straits song. Should I say any more?
It's Money for Nothing.
Okay. Yep. All right. 1985 Rush song from Power Windows using
Big
heavy
Money.
synthesizers. Dang, you're
Okay.
too good, man. All right. So 2. What'd you
Okay.
get?
Well,
You got
all right. Well,
8
one
or
of them I just jumped into early. So
You did jump into it.
Yeah.
All right, we got 6 minutes left, dude. All
Okay.
right, 1960. What we're gonna do? We're gonna name celebrities that were born from our years of our birth.
Okay.
Classic rock celebrities.
Okay.
So you got some cool ones, man.
Okay. Let's
Well,
hear
you
it.
got the best one. You
I'm
got
1967. So these are
1967. You
rock
are.
related celebrities born in 67.
Born in 67.
Okay. I'm ready.
You have Zach Wild, January
Nice.
14th.
Nice.
Lucky.
Yeah. Nice.
Dave Matthews, January
Oh.
9th. Yep.
He's annoying, but I'll take it. Yeah.
You know Bill Leverty from Firehouse? He's from
No.
Firehouse.
Okay.
All right, January 30th. Peter Loran from Trickster, January 6th.
Okay.
John Myung from Dream Theater.
Oh, he's the bass player. Yeah.
Yes, January 24th. Chad Channing he's the original Nirvana drummer. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Chad Channing, January 31st. Steve Harwell from the frontman from Smash Mouth,
Wow.
January 9th. And Fat Mike from No Effects.
Fat
Punk
Mike.
band. Remember No Effects?
Yeah.
January
So
31st.
so here's some other people, not necessarily rock, that I know are the same age as me.
Uh-huh.
Will Ferrell,
Oh, okay.
same year. Keith Urban,
Really?
same year. Yeah.
Oh,
67,
okay.
all born in 67. But here's the thing. We listened to bands that obviously were older than us because we were listening
Yeah.
to them as teenagers. So a lot of the people that were born in the year we were born, they might be in bands that we'd never really got into because we were listening to the old bands. So I'm interested to hear the 1970.
Yeah, Zach Wild is pretty. That's
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
really cool. I mean, I didn't realize I thought he was older than that. I thought he was like 65. But I got then you think, oh yeah, he come on No Rest for the Wicked, and he was young. He must have been like 19.
He was 18 or 19
years old,
yeah.
21. Yeah,
He was young. Skinny then. Yeah,
he was skinny, young. Didn't have his facial. Didn't look like the Scottish
Conan the Barbarian,
Conan Lord that he is today.
Yeah,
biker. I wouldn't if I ran into Zach in an alley, dude. I'd just be like,
he's just big.
Dude, you want my money? Here's my money.
Yeah,
you take whatever you need. All right, 1970. We got Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine, singer.
Okay,
cool. All right, and that's the singer. That's the singer, right?
I don't know.
Zach De La Rocha. I think so. I don't know. January 12th. Troy Van Leeuwen, the guitarist for Queens of the Stone Age.
Cool.
Richie Kozen. That's kind of cool. From
dude.
Poison and Mr. Big.
Dude, he is okay. Yeah. He's the guy with Ian or with Adrian Smith from that he was in Winery Dogs. So it was Richie Kotzen, Billy Sheehan, and Portnoy on drums. If you find videos of Winery Dog, you got to watch it because
I never even knew that existed, man.
Dude, he's a monster guitar player, and he plays with his fingers mostly, and usually playing Telecasters, but just rocks. But he sings. He's an awesome singer, super talented.
Yeah.
He makes me
that
mad.
album is what is it? White Light or Black Light? Black Light. Album Black Light.
It's
good. We played their songs, the new song, for a while on our radio station. Yeah, they're really good. But so I share my birthday with him, birthday year. Mark Trojanowski, drummer for Sister Hale. No idea. No idea. Donald Tardy, the Obituary drummer. Now I listen to Obituary. They're a death metal band. Nice. So Obituary drummer, that's kind of cool. Greg Brown, the Cake guitarist. So those are the guys from 1970. Nothing really standing out on that one for me. Yeah. But I should have researched other stuff. But hey, we got a couple minutes, right?
Yeah.
You have a hard drop?
Well, no, I don't anymore. So here's I just wanted to say one thing. It would be interesting for us to go back, 10 years, right? If we said pick 1957 or 1960, what classic rock artists were born in those years, those would be all the bands we listened to.
Let's do that. Let's do that. So 1960.
Yeah.
We'll do that next week. Next week.
And
he was born in 1960 and 1957.
Yeah. Because then we start to see like members of Judas Priest and stuff that were born in the 50s.
Metallica. All those guys. I know I share.
Guys, they're all going to be early 60s. They're all going to be like 62, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're right. Probably. Yeah, you're right. Oh, so okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rock and roll through 17 things that scared the heck out of us in the 80s.
Okay.
I loved this. I loved going through this list. I remember it. But on the TV Guide, the 1983's television event, The Day After. It was about a nuclear war between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. I remember that, and everyone was freaked out.
Yeah,
freaked out after they saw that.
Like, remember when they showed it on TV? They actually had a little focus group after the movie, basically, because they knew people would be freaked out. So they actually had like an interview with audience members and stuff. I remember seeing that, and we talked
the 80s was big
a lot.
The Cold War. The Cold War was big in the 80s, and us in Russia, you know, I mean, look, Rocky IV. I mean, that was a big thing. You know, it's like, we're at war. Hey, you got time to go through this, man? I do.
I'm good.
Okay, good. I do too. I don't have a hard stop anymore.
And I don't have. I probably won't have to pee for at least 10 more minutes. So I know
good. That's good stuff. Good job. Way to get rid of that. Way to get rid of that. That's good stuff. All right. Here's another one. I remember I was scared to go see this movie, 1978's Piranha. I was not allowed to go see that movie,
dude.
But
we out, and it might be even on your list. But like when Jaws came out and Piranha came out, people were afraid to go in the water.
Afraid. I know Jaws. No, that's not on the list. But Piranha, I remember. Yeah. And everyone was scared. And I watched it now. Like they have like Piranha, a remake.
Super stupid.
So fish are like little rubber fish coming at you. And they're like, come on, man. Come on, man. I was like, I have a story about Swamp of the Slithis. It was a movie, but I'll tell you about that another time.
Okay.
All right. Number 3, Evil Kids, The Omen, Children of the Corn, The Exorcist, The Shining, those twins. They're all super creepy, and they were all freaking me out. I know Children of the Corn messed me up. The book.
I never saw that. Never saw it. Yeah,
I read the book, and it messed me up. I was like, these kids are going to take over the world. I thought we were dead. And cornfields, forget it. Oh my God. I mean, that's number 4. Children of the Corn brought up the cornfields. Cornfields were turned into a death trap. You were going to die. Every horror movie had cornfields in it.
Yeah.
And Children of the Corn sparked that. But no, The Exorcist, dude, that was the scariest movie ever back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you saw that and you were like, whoa. I had to, people were leaving theaters. All right. How about this? Do you remember in 1982 in the Chicago area, Tylenol was laced with cyanide?
I do remember that. Yep.
So
I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Marlon, you're right. It was made in Iowa. Yes, it was. Children of the Corn.
Yep.
Yeah. Back 40, or what do they call it? He who walks between the rows or behind the rows. Yeah. I was scared of he who walked behind the rows. All right. Number 6 is straight up being on a milk carton. That was rough.
They don't do that anymore. They don't do it anymore.
No, they don't. But man, you like took it serious, man.
So anyone that's too young, they used to put missing kids on the milk cartons. Which you think about it, Rich, that was a really smart thing to do. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was a great public service, actually.
It really was.
The idea
it freaked you out that people were being kidnapped and they're missing, and they're like, you pick up the milk and you're like, and you look at their face and you're outside like looking for them. You're like, hey, this guy's missing, and I think he was from our state, and that scared the bejesus out of me. All right, so Tylenol laced with cyanide, yes, remember that scary stuff. I don't remember having a big problem though with Tylenol. I took Bayer, so I was like, whatever. We're good.
Yeah, I always took Tylenol. I remember there for a while, for a few weeks. Don't take Tylenol. In fact, they took Tylenol off the shelves, so you couldn't even buy Tylenol for like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that. That was big. Yeah. All right. So flies on the window, that was freaked people out. The Amityville Horror.
Oh,
so many flies. Hey, take care, Marlon. You take it easy, buddy. Yeah, but so many flies on the window, said Amityville Horror, All right. Now I remember this, the alien cyborg Bigfoot from the $6 Million Man. Do you remember the Bigfoot?
I remember it.
I had him.
I don't remember it scaring me.
It freaked me out because he was creepy looking. Dude, look up a picture of the cyborg that fought Steve Austin.
That's right.
The $6 Million Man episode. He was from space.
I forgot he was a cyborg.
He was. And he had like these glass looking eyes. But he was all but you know who it was? I did not know this.
It was Andre the Giant.
You're very good. Very good. I had the figure. So I I had the Steve Austin figure where you look through his eyeball.
Yeah, I
and you
had
saw
the
that.
figure,
I
and
had
he's in
that.
the little
Yeah.
rocket. He came in the little rocket thing when you bought him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I had the Bigfoot. I bought Bigfoot. I remember I got it for Christmas, but he was huge compared to Steve
Yeah.
Austin. He was like 12 inches, and Steve Austin was only like 6 or 7 inch figure,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I totally remember the Bigfoot. All right. Thanks to Gilligan's Island. You may appreciate this, Gilligan.
Totally.
You don't look like Gilligan, by the way. I'm
I
just
used
letting you know.
I used to. and
I don't think so. I saw a picture of you young. I didn't see you looking like Gilligan. Anyway, thanks to Gilligan's Island, you were convinced that quicksand was real, ever-present danger, and it was in your backyard. I remember making mud pits saying that's quicksand, and everybody sunk in quicksand. And God, I was scared of quicksand.
We always thought that quicksand was a much bigger risk than it actually has turned out to be. Yes,
exactly. Sure. It was in your backyard. It was in the canyons.
Yep.
You watch out for quicksand, and every game you played, something was quicksand. Like, you know, us back in the day, we make up games to play because we didn't have all this technology and people telling you what to do. You make up games in your.
You'd like jump. You jump from couch to couch. That's quicksand. You can't.
Quicksand or lava. Yeah. Quicksand or lava. One of the two. Quicksand or lava. Everything was quicksand or lava. Yeah. Anywho, all right. Here was a big one, and I was scared of this one: razor blades and apples.
Oh yeah, trick or treating. No, don't take any apples.
Yeah. Halloween 2 messed me up because it came out before Halloween, like Halloween movie part 2. Like part 2 had the kid with the razor blade coming out of his face, and he's like, and he's in the ER, and that was Halloween 2. But I remember the rumors of don't get an apple. If you get an apple, throw it away. Everybody threw.
And was there ever actually a documented case of there being a razor blade?
That's a good question. I don't know. But maybe. But everyone was scared of it. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the next one. Number 11. Thinking Dungeons and Dragons was totally cursed.
Oh,
evil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you played Dungeons and Dragons, you had problems.
Yeah.
I mean, you were a demon. Yeah. I remember. And then remember in television.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You remember in television with the little buttons and the keyboard and
you have the little
thing. Yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons Advanced on that one. If you played that online, no one wanted to play it. Like, no, I don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
So my senior year in high school, I wrote for the school paper, and I had a big feature story in one issue where I went and interviewed a real psychologist about the dangers of Dungeons and Dragons. That was my story about D&D and stuff. My angle was I talked to the psychologist, and even the psychologist was like, look, if you take anything to extremes, it can be unhealthy, but he's which we all knew that. But anyways, that was my big breakthrough feature story was the dangers of D&D. I should find that. I can't remember what the headline was, but
dang, that's crazy. That's cool though. That's kind of cool. Dungeons and Dragons was Satan.
Yes.
Everyone was scared about being abducted by a UFO back then. You were always scared to get abducted. Fire in the Sky, that movie, remember that?
Yeah.
And that was a real thing. People were freaked out about getting abducted by
and that was those late 80s that movie, what was it called? Communion. That movie that book by Whitley Strieber about he was supposedly abducted by aliens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. They made a lot of movies on that one.
Yeah.
This one was for me. The Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, dude, I watched a movie once. I actually spit this story on the Classic Metal Vault. But there was a movie back in the 70s. I had the name of it for the Classic Metal Vault. I had researched it and all that stuff. But it was about these two that get sucked up in the triangle, and then like it's something about a sea turtle, and they take them to an island, and like they turn into sea turtles. But it was a freaky movie. It was all mess. Me and my sister watched it, and we were messed up from the Bermuda Triangle ever since. So everything that went through the Bermuda Triangle died. If it was a plane, train, automobile, ship, whatever, you were dead. You were a dead man. Don't go around the Bermuda Triangle. And then one of the last ones, this is the last one, your face actually sticking like the Twilight Zone episode, Eye of the Beholder. Everyone is ugly, and the beautiful woman wanted surgery to look like everyone else. Their faces were like this.
Yeah. And your mom would say, "Don't do that. Your face will stay like that."
Face will stick like that. Yep. That's basically everybody was scared of that one. Twilight Zone had some messed up episodes.
Totally.
I was scared of William Shatner, the famous "There's a man on the wing
On
of
the
this plane."
wing.
That
Yeah.
messed me up.
And then when
And
they
it was-
did the remake version in the 80s with John Lithgow playing Shatner, it was even scarier. It was even
I agree.
scarier in the new
Now
version.
you look back at the William Shatner one, and it's just a dude in a green bear suit.
Yeah,
I mean, but it was freaked
it
you
was
out.
acted really good. Yeah, it was
It
good.
really was good. It was a very
Awesome.
good one. So that's all I got. Thanks
Okay,
for-
man.
Thanks, man.
Another great episode in the can. So
Yep.
awesome.
Go.
Thanks,
All right,
Rich.
man.
Thanks to everyone for joining. We'll do it again next
Hey, don't forget about the show coming up Saturday, 10 a.m. for the rewind with Joe Shannon, and then the Classic Metal Vault tonight, 7 p.m. and again tomorrow at 4 p.m. So
Nice.
we'll see you there. Come check it
All right.
out, guys.
See you
Thanks for
guys.
listening.
Bye-bye.